What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope you all had a very nice Christmas and looking forward to the new year as well. I have finally recovered. I have my voice back now, so I'm able to do this video with Peter, who played this Shenron deck at the not Bristol,
No.
Nottingham Dice Cup BCC.
Bristol is
I
next
was
weekend.
I was just thinking BCC. Yeah, the Dice Cup BCC in Nottingham, 54 players, largest best of three tournament in the UK. Peter got top four with this. You did actually play out your top four.
No, we
Top,
didn't
yeah,
play out. The thing is that in the top four, I would play against a Crit Janemba,
yeah.
uh, which ended up
You
winning.
you just wanted to go home, right? So
Yeah, and the thing is that I played actually a few matches with this deck against Crit Janemba afterwards with friends here in London. I was actually winning.
oh,
It was a
okay, right,
very it was a very quick matchup because I was able to control his hand enough that he wasn't able to play anything really.
right. Okay, yeah. So I've titled this deck Shenron Anti-Meta. You guys might think of it more as hand control. But I think it's more than that. I think it's more than just hand control.
It
So
has more to do than only control the hand.
yeah, so I'm calling it anti-meta, and this is the list. Gonna have on here. It's quite a long list, so we've actually got another row, which I'll scroll down to when we get there.
I'm doing Peter Catania. I'm playing lots of one-offs.
Yeah, so Peter, just yeah, I can't say your surname, so yeah. Yeah, do you want to have a go through your list and
Uh, sure, but shall we then? Well, the leader was Shenron, the Dragon Ball Shenron, the most universal leader, netting +2 every single turn. There's few reasons why this particular leader for this particular deck, beside the Dragon Balls, is just so you don't fall behind when you're playing against Gogeta, for example. So you still have the resources to play out. You could build this deck, I think, fairly successfully with other colors as well. But then you face another Shenron deck and you fall behind on the resources. And resources are everything in this deck. You need to be able to outpace your opponent. That's essentially what it tries to do.
yeah,
It's a long, grindy games usually. I don't think I had a single game that was shorter than 3 turns. Sorry, not 3 turns, 5 turns.
yeah.
Once I lost to the Gogeta combo, but I mean, I was able to stall my opponent once long enough that he needed to world peace a 7-drop Gogeta, and then still didn't win.
Nice. So just looking at your, I'll scroll down now. Looking at your Dragon Ball count, you've got three
Yes.
regular Dragon Balls, three 1-star, and one 2-star.
Yes, the 2-star is actually an MVP of the deck. I have no idea how often it came in handy. Just being there, it made my opponent side out Black Mask Saiyan.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to some people and they were like, yeah, I've seen you playing 2-star, so I didn't side in the Black Mask Saiyan or sided them out. Although they're very good against my deck. Just having that removal at hand is brilliant.
Okay.
And if your opponent has nothing to KO with 2-star, it's a discard fodder for 1-star. So you don't need to play it. Although I played it twice for no targets.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, the 1-stars are. That's my first 2 turns. Turn 1 is a 0 Dragon Ball or a 2-star Dragon Ball and a 1-star Dragon Ball. Depends if my opponent already knows that I'm playing 2-star.
Okay.
Then I use the 1-star. Then turn 2, I go for 2 1-stars. So the first 2 turns are pretty much locked in for me.
Yeah. So
Usually in the
just
game right now, not much is happening unless I'm playing against a Storm deck. So
right.
I can easily go for my 1-star Dragon Balls for the first 2 turns, knowing that nothing bad is going to happen. I think the worst that happened to me on turn 2 was when I was playing against Yamcha. I got MCU Gohan.
Oh. All right. Okay.
Because I dropped his hand so low that he could MCU me. So I think that was the worst that happened to me, but then I still managed to get around that because then his hand dropped fairly low and
Yep.
I just KO'd it with 1 or 2 super combos.
Okay. So yeah, do you want to just have a quick rundown of how this deck is going to work for you?
Um, So the first strategy is, of course, the one-star Dragon Balls. Then you reuse either the desires or the balls with Dragon Raider. Many times I found myself wish to get a desire from the drop, then play Dragon Raider to get another desire and one-star ball, two one-star balls. Use one-star ball and keep one for the next turn.
Yep.
Just so my opponent is aware that it's there and to make their turn awkward. So that's what the deck kind of wants to do. You don't hide all the information you have. You use the information to leverage what your opponent will do because they're thinking of what you might do. You show them very quickly that you have Super 17s in the drop. You show them that you have World Peace that you discarded and took back to hand. So they know that you can anytime just drop that Super 17.
Yep.
And with Super 17, they can't really. They need to have a really big hand or no hand because when they have mediocre to small hand, Super 17 it just ravages it through. The negates do nothing because the attack can't be negated. I think the only thing that would do anything against it is Mafuba.
Yes.
Uh,
But your auto still goes off anyway.
the auto still goes off, but I'm saying that if they want to protect it, because that's how I killed the MCU Gohan.
Right.
I
Okay.
resurrected
Yeah.
Super 17, dropped his hand, and then attacked with Super 17 and some combo. And then he had a negate in hand or something like that, and he couldn't do anything.
Yep.
The other thing is that I was getting a lot of hate for that, but I was maining one Dende, one Kami, one Chronoa, and three Toki Toki.
Yes. Yes.
And the engine was brilliant. So Toki Toki actually has multiple uses in this deck. Beside grabbing you Dende, Kami, and Chronoa, or Chronoa, whichever you need, it's actually my main deck option against Mill. Because you can play Toki Toki for no targets. You just Toki Toki back to your deck.
Yep.
It's a one card, but so many times I find myself with one energy open that just Toki Toki to get additional cards. So again, I came back to London and I actually started playing against Mill. I have a Mill player here. And I used Toki Toki in one game 4 times. Just gave me 4 additional cards, which is additional turn or 2.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. I had no targets for it, or I didn't want to have targets, one or the other. But it was amazing. And actually, one time, Chronoa won me the game.
Okay.
But not how you think. I was not playing against Nathan. I literally attacked with Chronoa for game.
Oh wow.
I needed just that one more attack, and I got the Toki Toki. I was like, do I have any targets in the deck? Oh, there's still Chronoa. Okay, Toki Toki for Chronoa, draw a card, attack, drop everything for game. So that was that. Um, then Dende, Dende is there for Gogeta. Because game 1, no one expects Dende. Everyone uses objection. They drop objection turn 2, turn 3, I drop Dende, and they're locked. Because then I go World Peace into Shenron. And every turn Shenron resurrects Dende.
Yeah.
They can't play from free energy. I had one opponent scoop the moment I resurrected Dende twice in one turn.
Okay.
So there's that. Kami's just general board wipe. I'm only running one of Dende and Kami because I have Shenron's for Resurrection, Child's Wish for Resurrection, and World Peace for Resurrection. I have
Yeah. I
8
mean, did you
resurrections in the
have
deck.
any issues with lifing them?
One time I was playing against Nathan. The game 1, I actually lifed Chronoa, and when I was playing against Harry, I lifed Dende in the game 1.
Oh, okay.
So that was my only issue, but I would still keep this ratio. Because I'm going to get it from the life eventually. Well, not against Shenron, unfortunately, but that's what the side exists for.
Yeah.
What else? Objections, actually, in the current version of the deck, I'm not running objections.
Right. Okay.
Every single time, I used objection in Nottingham twice. I played quite a few games. I used it twice.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really do too much because you don't need that much energy.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to get to 4, maybe 5, and that's it. But I don't need to race it. I'm just making it so it's awkward for my opponent. And with this version of the deck, you actually don't have an opening, a good opening to make objection. You do objection if you have literally no other place, but if you have no other place, you're falling behind.
Right.
So objections went out every single game. After game one, every single round, 3 objections were swapped for 3 power bursts from the side. And then usually Chronoa for Kami.
Okay. Sure.
And that was every single game.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I had some additional. So for example, against Shenrons, usually after they seen Dende game one, or they just expected Dende game one, they side out the objection. So I side out Dende for either additional removal with Gogeta, the 5-drop Gogeta, or additional hand control with Dabura.
Right. Okay. So you've got no, what's it, foreseeing hits, and you've got one Dabura here.
I have one Dabura in the main, which in the end was removed from the main.
Okay.
I'm going to go through that in a moment. The only thing I really need for the hand control is Super 17. I prefer Super 17 to Dabura because I can loop Super 17. Well, not loop, but I can use Super 17 multiple times. I'm just going to attack with something weak or with one of my crit attackers, combo Super 17 from the field to resurrect it again. And the discard doesn't hurt me because I'm a resurrection deck.
Yeah.
This deck is a resurrection deck, and it doesn't matter that I'm discarding a lot of cards. I will just keep on using them.
Sure. Would you? I
So
mean, would you run out of resources in the hand?
if I run out of resources in the hand, that means my opponent is in an even worse situation. But because of that, there is a Gotenks and Gohan, burst attack Gohan,
Okay.
the 3
Yeah.
drops, the critical attackers. I actually upped the numbers. So right now I'm running 4 Gotenks and 3 burst attacks.
Right. Okay. Sure.
And I'm running 2 Gogetas in the main in the end as a removal.
Yeah. I mean, did the Gogetas come out that often, being 5?
Surprisingly, yes.
I mean, would you? I know. I mean, Beerus is really good in this deck.
Beerus is really good, yes. I think I don't think I ever resurrected Gogeta. I played Gogeta from hand, if anything,
Right.
but I never resurrected it. But it is good mostly against Shenron Gogeta, actually. Surprisingly, that's why I upped it. Because it removes their threat, or removes their Shenron, or this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can get rid of that, so they can't resurrect it, because it puts them at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Okay. And also, you've got the Demiga in there as well.
No, Demigra is like every black deck is running Demigra.
Yeah.
Any deck really with Dragon Balls runs Demigra, I think.
Yeah.
Shenron is a bastard card. The 4-drop Shenron is a bastard card.
Yeah, he's very strong. Yeah.
Due to my influence, the friend that plays Mill started playing it in Mill. You have no clue what it does in Mill because it can resurrect the Psycho Demon.
Oh, okay.
And take the 4-drops from the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
Every single turn.
So it's very powerful. So in terms of matchups, what were your matchups on the day like? And did you come up against Storm?
I came across Gohan Storm actually.
Okay, that's
But
the Dragon Ball, the Shenron
yes,
Gohan.
the Shenron, yeah, the Shenron Storm. Well, not the Shenron, not the Shenron Dragon, but the Gohan Shenron. Yeah. Looks really strong. Unfortunately, I mean, he started drawing his stuff usually turn 2, 3. But I reduced his hand enough that it didn't really matter. Also, I drew Senzu.
Okay, yeah.
So my matchups were as follow. The first round, I was actually against Harry with his Mono Blue Gogeta, Shenron Gogeta, which ended up in the draw. Oh yeah, I should mention I have not lost the round.
Yeah.
With this deck. Round 2, I was playing against Yamcha. I do not remember what was the name of my opponent. I'm really sorry, I'm bad with names. So yes, it was a very aggressive deck. I had a bit of a difficult time controlling the hand, but I managed to come on top.
Yeah.
I think it was 2-1. Round 3, I was playing against the Gohan Storm. Round 4, I was playing against the blue-yellow Gogeta. I think my opponent did not make it to the top in the end.
Right. Okay.
And that one is when I had the lock. Dende.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they just scooped.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was just, I could just go on with Dendes and they just couldn't do anything. So
Yeah, because
and
that
that
Gogeta's
ended in
never
a
coming
draw
down.
as well. Yeah, that ended in a draw as well. And round 5 I was playing against Nathan.
Yeah.
Which was the Soul Beverages. Where game 1 I still do not understand that. I'm not sure if he said anything about this in the deck profile you made, but I still don't understand why he was never attacking with Bulma. He played Bulma, and once then he was dropping Dragon Ball, and I methodically started removing his cards from hand.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, he did say that he would attack with Bulma, so I'm not sure what his reasoning was for that
I don't know.
particular
Both
matchup.
games he did not attack. Game 2, so game 1 was when I actually lived Chronoa. Game 2, he was trying to taunt me into putting Chronoa in, siding out Chronoa. I kept it. I would keep it either way in this situation. And he tried to stall me with Black Mask Saiyan.
Right.
Because as I said, the Black Mask Saiyan is actually really good against me because I depend a lot on the Child's Wish to resurrect the Gotenks and burst attacks to keep my hand.
Yes.
But the 2-star Dragon Ball, I think he forgot that I'm running a 2-star Dragon Ball, and he sided in the Black Mask Saiyan. That was the only time someone sided the Black Mask Saiyan for me.
I mean, I would probably side it in anyway because
Yeah, but I have an easy access to a 2-star Dragon Ball, right?
you
Because I have
do,
Dragon
but
Raiders and I have Surges.
you're still gonna have to play the 2-star to
I
get rid
mean,
of it.
yeah, I played the 2-star, got rid of it. He Charles wished it back. And
Oh
I was like,
wow.
Dragon Raider for 1-star and 2-star, 1-star to drop your last card from hand and 2-star to get rid of that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Black Mustang has. We actually main deck it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, yeah, it's main decks
I have not seen
because
it game 1 from him, and as I said, he could not do
yeah,
an awful
that
lot.
deck needs to get to full life to make Shigesh live.
Yeah,
So
but
it helps for that, but we're a bit iffy on it right now, actually.
yeah. So yeah, side deck was actually made really. Um, I was getting the cards on the spot a bit.
You didn't have
Uh,
the 2-star at the beginning of the day.
I didn't have the 2-star at the beginning of the day, and even more, that was the event when I was testing the Toki Toki engine.
Yeah.
The six
I
cards.
mean, it's
The 6 cards were in the deck box, but they were not in the deck. That's why I have Gogeta, Objection, Gotenks, and Dabura in the side deck.
right.
And
Okay.
one more Kamida. They actually were not a part of the side deck. They were taken out for the engine that's in that I was maining 2 Kamis.
You've got a Zeno. There? I don't see Cammy in the. Oh no, there's Cammy.
Yeah, there is a
You
Kami
got
there.
random Zeno in there.
Yes, I have a random Zeno that was supposed to be used against Pan or something like that, but it was never needed. Pan or Yamcha or generally the red deck. I think it was there mostly for Hercule.
Right.
Because I see a lot of my cards during the game, so it's usually quite easy for me to see the Zeno.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But never came across it. I have Dangerous Journey Bulma there, which was against Mill. So additional cards that put additional cards back into my deck.
Mhm.
And the Android 16 for the Storm matchup that I actually did not side. Crisis Crashers that I got on the day as well, which I was quite happy with. And the Power Burst I think was the best card in the side deck.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. At all costs, and Beerus is just like powerhouses if I can't get the Super 17 critical. I think there was one game when I gave triple attack to at all cost Vegeta. And it didn't got critical, but it was just triple attack, triple strike.
Yeah.
And won me the game.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah, and when I was playing against Nathan, turn 5, I hardcasted Beerus, gave it critical with 4-drop Shenron from previous turn, give it triple attack, and Nathan just
GG.
scooped. He had quite a few 4-drops in the energy, unfortunately for him. So he could not skip it. He would be left on 2 life, but he would be left with 1 energy, I think. He had an option for that.
I guess if he was wished at, yeah, he would have been wished at that point. So.
Hmm. So yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned you made some changes. What would you change?
So the Dabura went out and objections went out.
Okay.
And I put in 1
Is
Gohan.
the Dabura still sided or just
2 Daburas
completely
are
out?
sided, yes.
Right.
Instead of the objection in the side, you have a Dabura there.
Right. Okay.
So I put in the 4th Gotenks, the 3rd Gohan,
Yep.
2nd Gogeta, and and the 3rd Raider.
Okay. Sure.
That's the 4 cards I put in.
Yeah.
Again, objection never had a spot. Raider is ridiculously powerful. We have a 2-star
I
Dragon
mean,
Ball
like
and 1-star
if you
Dragon
got
Ball.
if you've got nothing else to do but objection, I guess radar would be better.
Yeah, Raider is always going to be better. I mean, I even once hard casted Burst Attack because I charged the other 2. 3
Yeah.
Burst Attacks. I was like, yeah, I
No,
can do that.
I mean when I was playing U7 Gohan, adding that third burst attack in was really strong when you
Yeah.
are sort of when you do want to charge them sometimes.
It's the strongest card this deck has in general. So if I'm playing against Mill, I don't want to draw additional cards, right? Because I don't want to deck out.
Yeah.
So I want a crit attacker that doesn't draw me cards. Against Mill, it's easy to keep a big hand.
Yeah.
So Gohan doesn't draw you cards, but it's still a crit attacker. So against Mill, I don't want to play Gotenks. I want to play Gohan. I maybe won't have 1 Gotenks on field, but multiple Gohans. Against aggro, I'm going to drop my hand very quickly to defend, and then Gohan just draws me more cards.
Yeah.
So again, I want to have multiple Gohans, not multiple Gotenks. At the beginning, when I was looking at this deck, because this deck is very roughly based on the deck, on the hand control from states, nationals.
Yeah, the top 16 one.
Yeah, but when I was looking at it, I did not understand the burst attacks there. Now I understand them a bit better, but I also understand other options that this deck can do.
Yep.
That's why I upped certain cards, cut certain cards, just the general. So, for example, I'm not maining Crisis Crashers. I really don't like Objection.
Sure. Yeah, so for those on a budget, any replacements for Demigra?
I mean,
Is it actually needed?
no, it's not needed. You can easily cut it. You can play a 7-drop Gogeta even.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, 7-drop Gogeta is actually not too bad because you're going to play long enough to have 7 energy. So you can world piece it quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's a discard folder, a 1-off wouldn't be bad, and you can still do the whole ridiculous combo with it.
Yeah.
The Demigra is there mostly because it doesn't matter what it attacks, it reduces your opponent's hand. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Many
Also,
times I
also
just
if you
forgo
fail with your ultimate kill, then you can drop the
Many
Demigra
times
afterwards.
I just wanted to say that many times I just forgone my ultimate on the leader and just went straight into the Demigra.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care for the triple attack because I was. This deck is very easy for when playing this deck. It's very easy that you play and you feel comfortable and you get greedy.
Yeah.
And that's when you lose the game. This deck can never get greedy.
So it's just slowly whittling down your opponent.
Yes, it's a grinding deck. It's an
Right.
anti-meta deck. It's not a deck that is winning. It's the deck that stops your opponent from winning, and then if you have nothing better to do,
Just
that's when you win.
outlast them.
Yes, if you have nothing better to do, that's when you win. If
Sure.
you run
Sure.
out of everything, that's when you win.
This deck sounds fun.
Yes, it is really fun. Actually got quite a few of our London players back into the game when I showed them this deck.
Okay, that's good.
So they were like, "This deck is really fun." I think it was Jamal that was playing with it. He lost quite badly with it, but he enjoyed playing it because it is actually not that easy deck to pilot.
Yeah.
Because everyone has it. Oh, my opponent is open. I should just go all in,
Right.
and whatever happens, happens. And then they draw one card that lets them play another, and that lets them do more stuff, and then suddenly you lost, and you don't know where you lost. So if you don't need to do certain things, you don't do certain things. At all costs, Vegeta is decent here at 2. I would not play more than 2. If you're playing against Shenron, you want to see Vegeta, so you're definitely going to mulligan so you see Vegeta so it can go into the drop for the world piece. Because that lets you look into your life.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why Vegeta is good. For nothing else, it gives you additional cards from your life. And if your opponent is not careful enough and objections in game 1, that can spell disaster for them. Because with the free Toki Toki, you have an access to Dende anytime it's not in your life.
Yeah, you basically have 4 Dendes.
Yes, and 4 Kamis and 4 Chronoas.
Yeah.
And there's still a 5k combo pieces, and they can be picked up with power bursts. I would still side in the power bursts.
Would you main them?
No, you don't need to. In the main deck, usually no one is ready how to play against this, but in the side deck, they will go all aggressive. In the side deck, they're going to see the deck and they're like, huh, so you just need to be aggressive. So you just take it down a notch. You side out your Gojitas because they're expensive. Unless you're playing against Shenron Gogeta, you side out your 5-drop Gojitas and you side out one of the Gotenks.
Yep.
Or you side out the Chronoa if you're not playing against Shigesh, and you put 3 power bursts for additional negate.
Yep, sure.
Against the Shenron Gogeta, you want to have the 5-drop Gojitas because they're still removal and you can usually stall them long enough. Because you go first, so you have the first 5-drop in game. So you can get rid of the Shenron before they do anything else. And then if they kill your Gogeta and they play their own Gogeta, or if they just play their own Gogeta, you just play something small, attack with it, combo the Gogeta off, and world peace the Gogeta to get rid of their 7-drop. So I worked out that the 5-drop Gogeta you want to see definitely against the Shenron Gogeta matchup.
Cool. Okay. And so yeah, I mean the main problem Shenron has would be Storm, and you've got 2 coercions and 4 beans mained. So
you would not believe how much work the 1-star balls do against Storm.
okay.
Because I know it sounds ridiculous, but you're dropping 3 cards from
Yeah.
their opening, what is 6, 7, 8 cards.
Yeah, because if Storm doesn't have
Plus
the
they
correct
need to charge
pieces,
too. So they dropped 5 cards from their opening 8 from the first 2 turns, right?
Yeah.
So they play really with 3 cards for their combos. Everyone is putting that down, but that's actually a ridiculous hit. They need to get perfect draws from their Bardock. From the playing their Bardock, they need to get gotten from the life. From the gotten, they need to get Bardock. Playing Bardock, they need to get gotten of the life. This kind of interaction.
Yeah.
They need to get the 4 gottens in hand and 1 or 2 Bardocks. Because otherwise they're going to be in a bad situation. And then I can still keep my energy open for the Senzu.
Yes.
So it's actually relatively simple to drop their hand. And I was actually surprised.
Okay.
So this deck does not have that bad of a matchup as it. The only problem would be if you draw too many of the 1 cost 10k.
Yeah.
So I'm playing 4 of those, 5 of those, sorry. If you draw too many of those, that's where you start having a problem. But that's when you have 1-star Dragon Balls. Because you drop them, because you don't need them. Or you drop the additional extra cards that you don't need, or things like that.
Sure.
So Storm is actually, I would say Storm has around 60% maybe win rate against this.
That's pretty good. Especially when this has a good matchup against pretty much everything else.
Yeah, that's kind of what the deck is supposed to be. The deck is supposed to be anti all the common decks, so that's what I'm working with. The deck is going to have a bit of a problem with the next set, and I'm trying to work out how to play around that.
Okay.
Because you have the Porunga for the black leaders,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunately a free drop. If it was a 2-drop, that would be easy, but it's a free drop. So I'm probably going to play some cheaper removal for that. Or I would just need to attack into it with like my Kamis or Chronoas or God knows what else.
Yeah.
And the free drop wish. The Porunga's wish, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm on about, right?
Yeah.
Wish to Porunga. Oh, that's what it's called. But both of those cards only work when your leader is black. So only time I really am going to be worried about that is when I'm playing against Shenron leader,
Mm-hmm.
like Dragon Ball Shenron leader.
Sure.
So, and I'm of course going to be playing that card because it's a brilliant removal.
Yes, it really is. Okay. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers the deck. Unless you have anything to add.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
No?
if you have any ideas of what I could do with the deck, do let me know. I'm going to read the comments under this because I'm still working out what to do with it in the next set.
Yeah. Definitely leave your comments below, guys. And please leave a like if you enjoyed this. And hopefully I will be back with more videos soon. You may be able to tell, I am still slightly recovering from my illness. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.